on, folks, and welcome back to Beans to Greens. Today is Season 1, Episode 20 of our Seed to Smoke series where we're growing the Trainwrecks. Today is the day we've all been waiting for, Harvest Day. So the gals are about 9 weeks into flower. I was going to grab some footage last week, but I didn't just because the plants weren't quite ready to harvest. I thought that they were going to be ready about midweek, but they didn't. They ended up pushing another week. So here I am and lost a week of footage, but not a big deal. Not a ton has changed outside of, mainly just the trichomes. But we'll grab some shots of the trichomes to show you exactly what those look like, as well as I'm going to take you through my harvest process and what I do to get the plants ready to hang up and dry. And then I'm also going to take you through my dry conditions. This is something that I've tried many different ways of drying over the years, and this is personally my favorite. Works out really well for me. So you'll have to try it out and tell me what you think. Speaking in which, make sure you are hitting that like button and dropping me a comment down below. What do you guys have growing on inside your gardens? And if you don't, what are y'all smoking on? I always love to find out. Make sure you're also subbed up to the channel and that you are set up for notifications so you don't miss any new content that's going to be coming up. And speaking of new content, we are going to have a bunch of new content, and I'm actually going to be doing multiple grows at the same time. So we're going to switch some things up a little bit and see how all you guys like that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the flower tent and get these gals harvested. All right, folks, so here's a last look at the Trainwreck before we chop her on down. As you can see, she really started turning some nice, beautiful purples, kind of some reds. Definitely yellowed out quite a bit, but she's definitely ready to come down. I'll throw some trichome shots in here from the microscope so y'all could see that as well. But yeah, I mean, these buds are looking nice. They're thick. Everything looks nice. So I'm somewhat happy with this grow. I think we could have done better if we used a 25-gallon pot, which the next time I grow this, I certainly will. I think I'm going to be switching to 25-gallon pots no matter what moving forward. I've just gotten some really good results. You could see these LSDs back here. I mean, these things look great. I know I'm not highlighting these, but look at these buds. All really nice. Super chunky, faded out nicely as well. I'll be chopping that down too. But those are 25-gallon pots that we grew those in. So that's what we're going to be moving to forward. So I'm just going to chop this right at the stalk, right at the base here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang it up. So the next shot you'll see, I'll be kind of cutting this down. So I'm also going to cut the trellis. I like to cut the trellis around the plant, and then I like to just pull the plant out from the tent with both trellises still attached to it. I might take this top one off because it's pretty easy, but like, on some taller plants, it's hard to get that trellis off. So what I found most convenient is I'll pull the plant off with the trellis, and then as I'm cleaning it up, getting ready to hang it up, I'll take the trellis off then. So I'll set this camera back up and we'll get to work here. All right, so first thing I'm doing, just kind of getting some things out of the way. So I got this, oscillating fan. I've just kind of pushed this thing out of the way for the time being. Grab the cord here. Grab a little slack, just to try and get it out of our way. I'll pull these sensors up as well. Get these out of our way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the stalk with these bad boys, and I'm going to leave it in the trellis net. I started taking it off a little bit right here, but nonetheless, yeah, so leave it in the trellis net. You'll cut the stalk because then the plant will still be held by the trellis net itself, which is nice. And then what we'll do is we'll just kind of fold it out of here and it'll work out really well. So yeah, just film as I go here. I prefer to cut plants down and hang them full, um, the entire plant. So we're now completely through the stalk there, but I like to hang them up whole. What I'll do is we'll pull off, just the majority of the fan leaves and everything. And I've noticed with this size of plants, if I pull off, all of the fan leaves essentially, and I hang it up in the tent, it dries slow enough that I'll typically get like a 12-day dry out of it, which is really nice. And it will, it'll dry nice and slow, but I have a ton of fan leaves off of it, so it makes my trimming a lot easier. When I go to trim as well. So I'm kind of getting the best of both worlds, where I have a nice slow dry, but also get a lot of the fan leaves off up front, which makes for a quicker trim. So just trying to plan, ahead. So now that I've got my uh, plant stalk all cut and everything, these are nylon trellis nets. I don't reuse them, obviously. So I found it's really easy to just use a lighter, and it's just like a torch lighter, and it just cuts through really nice. Otherwise, I feel that the plants end up getting, or I shouldn't say the plants, but the nylon itself, it just ends up getting it gets frayed. And so I don't like to deal with that in my herb. So I much rather just deal with it like this, where I kind of burn right on through the fraying. I shouldn't say the fraying, but I burn through the nylon so it doesn't cause any type of fraying. It works out much better for me like that. So we'll go ahead, and I've got some Velcro holding the trellis net on here. So I'll go ahead and remove all that. Also just got a couple hooks. I like to actually kind of put some of the buds through these squares in the trellis, and you'll see as we take it down, it helps you out, kind of guide it out and everything, which is really nice. This is just a wire I hung from the rafters, and then what we'll do is I'll hang the plant on this wire. It makes it very easy to just kind of hang it upside down. But I'll tell you, this plant, man, does it smell good. It smells like Skittles, man. So nice. Really, really nice. And then the other thing I like to do is I like to take one of my high CFM poles off as well. And it'll make folding this plant out of this tent a hell of a lot easier. See that? Now you just got the Velcro down here that we'll pull off. One more here. Don't forget to unhook the corner of the trellis there. Got a couple pieces of Velcro holding this bottom trellis on over here as well. You see how this herb just kind of folds into itself? Pretty sweet, right? And that's what's nice about keeping the trellis on it. As a matter of fact, let me lower this down so I can get down with this plant a little bit easier. Boom. Looking pretty big. Go ahead and hang this up here like so. And then that's not going anywhere. And it makes it easy to deal with. Kick a light on like that. And then what I'm going to do is just pull all of these fan leaves off. And then I'm pulling the buds through my trellis at the same time. And also, I got this bin right here that I like to put all the leaves in. I'll typically put that underneath the plant, and then it makes it easy to deal with. So we got that. We can pull it through the second trellis there, and then I just work my way all the way through the plant, pulling off all the fan leaves, leaving the rest there. And I'm not going to have you watch me do the rest of this, but that's kind of how I roll about it. All right, folks, so this is what the plant looks like now. I've just stripped all the fan leaves off of it. I'm not worried about the ones up here, just the ones mainly around the buds. And the reason for that is we want airflow all around the buds and you know, in between all of our buds and everything like that. Otherwise, we run the risk of mold, and we definitely don't want that. We haven't come this far for this harvest to be destroyed just on the dry. So yeah, I'll run this thing on over into the dry tent, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. All right, folks. So I got my plant here. This is my dry tent. It's just a 2x4 dry tent. And then I have bars to actually hang the plants from. And I'm going to actually release one right now. And we're going to try and go ahead and get one set up here. So I've just got my top bar, and that's what we're actually going to hang on. And sometimes it's easier to unhook it and thread it through. So I might end up doing that. I'm not 100% sure. Otherwise, you know, if you just hang kind of a couple buds over it or half of it, it could, you know, just kind of fall right through. But I think what I'm going to try and do is unhook this and actually get it to thread through. Alrighty. Just thread it through like that. Sometimes it could be a little bit of a pain dealing with these hooks and stuff. It definitely helps to have another set of hands if you're able to. Makes things a lot easier. And then we'll just bring this up here like this. Hook that back on through. Like that. All right. Then we can push this plant on here and then hook it back up on top. All right, folks. So I got the plant in the tent. This is a 2x4 tent, and I just have a hanging dry rack. I could usually fit 2 to 3 plants on each bar here. And then down at the bottom, I just have this little fan, and all it does is it just pushes air this way, and it just kind of circulates air all throughout this little space here. And again, that's what we're looking for, just to make sure that we're not going to rot any buds out with mold and things like that. Also, up top, I have a 4-inch fan with an inline filter. Inline fan with a inline carbon filter to mitigate the smell, and it does a phenomenal job. I'll just have the fan on the lowest speed, typically for the majority of the dry. The first couple of days, I tend to find that I have to have it a bit higher, 3/4 speed, something like that. But, and then I could slowly ramp it down as it's drying over the first couple days. The plants will be very, very moist the first couple days. That's really when they lose the most moisture, just very, very fast. Down here, I just have a can that's holding it's just catching water because I have a humidifier outside of the tent, and then I'll control my humidity inside the tent with the humidifier. So I'll show you that here. I can show you right here. So I've just got an Inkbird controller. It's just a humidity controller, so it's got a sensor inside the tent, and then I've got another little Inkbird humidifier right here, and then that's what actually pumps all of the humidity into the tent. So that's what we have going on. All right, folks. So that's it for today's video. Season 1, episode 20 of our Seed to Smoke series, where we're growing the Trainwrecks. I appreciate all of you tuning in and following this entire series. If you haven't, go back and check it out. I've got it in a playlist. I could pop it up here for you guys so you can go and check that whole playlist out of this whole season. Make sure you're staying tuned in. We're going to have a ton of new content. We're going to have a new grow going on inside the Vivo Sun tent. And then we're also getting ready for another grow inside this 5x5 as well. So make sure you're smashing that like button. Make sure you're subbed up and set up for notifications so you aren't missing any of this content. And then drop me a comment down below. How'd you like this series? Is there anything I should do different with the next series? I'm thinking about taking the first couple weeks of veg and just kind of putting them into 2-week sections on my updates, just because not a ton happens in veg. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And I really appreciate you all tuning in, and I appreciate everybody subscribing to the channel and commenting and all the likes. It really has helped out the channel grow. So I really appreciate all you guys. So until next time, let's keep growing together.